Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. Happy Wednesday. Oh no, hang on. This is Thursday. I'm just looking at the looking at the project, thinking it's Wednesday. No, yesterday I couldn't be here. Okay, Mr. Yogi is a little bit, under the weather. I don't know what he's got. He's got some sort of just fatigue, run down thing. So, he's feeling very sorry for himself. And so yesterday I couldn't be here. He's getting a little bit better today. He's still downstairs. He's napping. Okay. So I'm going to keep it quiet, quiet as usual. And, but he's feeling a little bit better. I think we're just both a little bit tired recently. We've been teaching so much, but it will be fine. It will be fine. And, so yesterday was a dimension saw. Okay, I get days mixed up so often recently. It's worrying. It's worrying. I think I just need to slow down a little bit. And so Thursday today. Okay, we're making it up for the lost time, really. Yesterday I didn't get to stitch it, but today I didn't want to just swap projects. I really wanted to stitch this piece. So this is a dimensions kit. Okay, so today's unofficially dimensions for me, and you're welcome to stitch whatever you want. And I hope yesterday you enjoy your dimensions project as well. And so today I'm stitching Max in the I need to practice. I need to practice the name, okay, in Adirondacks. How am I doing? How am I doing? I have not practiced this word for a little while. And yes, so I'm really not qualified to stitch a piece unless I can pronounce it properly, okay? And also this piece is really, really beautiful. Let me show you the markup, okay? Let's start there. This is it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this is by the same artist as Maggie, the other piece from Dimensions I've been stitching. And it's by the same artist. You can see traces, the coziness and the love of cats and the mess as well. I think it's something about cats and the mess. Maggie is a mess maker, but I think Max is not bad, not that, not trailing behind with a mess, and he's literally sleeping under a whole pile of things, and very happily, very cozy, very content. And so this piece is featuring Max, this little cat. I think it's some sort of fishing cabinet, storage. So this is definitely, by someone who loves fishing. And so Max's owner is probably a fisherman, or some sort of, I don't know, some sort of hermit in the forest. Looking out the window, you can see a lake-looking thing there, and this mountain in the distance there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So Max is very happy, an outdoor cat, and happily sleeping. So the artist of this of this piece is called Charles Wysocki. Okay, and that's the best I can do. I'm sure there's probably more sort of authentic way of pronouncing it. So it's Wysocki, and apparently he's quite well known, in America as well, and he's got different styles of art pieces, and I absolutely love this. When I started stitching Dimensions project, Maggie was a milestone, because Maggie was my first full coverage piece that I ever had without knowing the term full coverage, and this was the second one. I found this project maybe a few years after I first attempted to stitch Maggie. We're talking about 2013, something like that. And with Max, the first time I stitched Max was maybe 2016, okay? Not quite 2082, which is today, where we're going back in time, okay? And so by this point, I was stitching with PDFs by Max. So I never stitched this piece with paper, whereas Maggie, the first time I did. Okay, so in a very different sort of experience stitching each and every time. And this time I'm stitching with you. So this is a special, really special experience. And today, of course, is my fifth day of paper challenge. Okay, nice and slowly, you know, I'm not trying to rush forward. I could have cheated and just counted by calendar days, including the days I'm not stitching, but no, I'm doing it properly. It's a challenge, and I think I've learned quite a lot, even just for the last, 4 sessions. And I think I found a place that I'm not worried about it. When I'm stitching with paper, when I print my paper chart out, I'm not stressed or anything. And, I'm just looking forward to the actual stitching. That's my focus. And so this is what I'm doing today. And of course, I can't show you the apps and no stats, no percentage, just like back in 1982. Okay, today we're powered with 10 tea lights. I got a family pack, okay? And I thought we've got 10 days and I need all the candles I need to power the stream. And also my little feet are paddling under the desk, okay? You can't see them, but they're working really hard to power my computer, okay? 1982 technology where everybody was just paddling to power their computers. And so I'm doing authentically, okay, guys? And no percentage, no stitch counts, and we're just stitching. The purest form of stitching. I'm not going to worry about anything. And before I show you my paper cap, okay, which is a new feature for and the probably only for these 10 days you will not see the paper cam again. So enjoy, okay? But I want to say hello to all of you. Let's have a look. Who have we got today? We have Rajal, as usual, the first to report to the chat. Yes, Rajal, well done. And I can't highlight that one, unfortunately, but I can highlight this one, which is McLaren as well. And welcome, and saying hello to the chat, and also Clara as well. Clara is concerned about Mr. Yogi, okay? I mean, he loves the attention. I mean, men just, when they're a little bit unwell, they're like, oh my God, the whole world is crumbling down. I need help, okay? I need a nurse, personal nurse by my side, 24 hours a day, just in case, I get peckish or anything. So yes, he's doing better. He's still a little bit down, but he's doing a little bit better. He managed to eat today. Yesterday he had no appetite at all. I tried to serve him some pineapples and kale. He just downright said no to me. And so today he's eating something. So that's a good sign. I think it's a little bit of a tummy bug as well, something like that, some sort of virus he picked up. And I try not to get it, okay? I love this man, okay, but at the same time, I don't want to pick up any bugs he's got. Thank you very much, and luckily, I'm good so far. And also Alisa as well. It's true love. And Alisa is also here, and Daria as well. And Daria is feeling a little bit under as well. No worries, Mr. Yogi is keeping you company, okay? You can nurse each other's feeling, her feelings for feeling under the weather. But, hopefully a speedy recovery. Speedy recovery. And Susan is also here as well, and Alisa as well, and Sarah waving to everybody, and Busy Mum reporting from the work club, and Chivis. Oh, thank God today Chivis is waving with 2 hands instead of 3. I get nervous when I see extra hands. I wonder what happened to our stitchers here. And Lizzie as well. Lizzie's reporting as the head of the chicken club. Yes, Lizzie is our leader there. Cluck. Yes, the chickens. Well, you can choose sides, okay? You can choose me, Yogi the warrior, or Lizzie. Lizzie's club is for chickens, okay? And no judgments, maybe a little bit. And Janine, Janine's right on time for today for the class. Yes, this is what we like to see, If you arrive after the teacher, you're late. So Janine's right on time, beautiful, spot on. And we also have Barlow the bunny as well. Happy stitchy time of the day. Welcome, Bunny. Gary the bunny, and the bunny. so jumbled up, all the words. And Alison is here as well. Hello, hello. And lovely Susan, okay? And oh, I did say hello to Susan and Suki as well, waving in the chat, and Mandy Mora and Sanet. Hello, Sanet. Welcome. And to join us. And Sanek has joined us as a member as well. Welcome. Thank you for your support. And Mary Solas is here as well. And Guy Lane. Hello, hello, Guy Lane. Guy Lane is in Australia, isn't it? If I remember correctly. So good morning to you. And who else have we got? We have Love Drunk is also here as well. I'm going to get to the bottom of the list. I'm determined, okay? I wasn't here yesterday. I'm going to do it properly. Claudia, hello. And who else have we got? Heather Houston is also here. Great to see you. And Sola is here. And who else? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. And Tiffy as well. Oh, I did it. I did it. Well done, Yogi. Well done, Yogi. So, let me know what you're stitching with me today, okay? And I cannot wait because on Dimensions Days, I switch these two projects. And we've got Maggie, we've got Max, and they're both so fun to stitch. You know, day-to-day, full coverage. I do full crosses every single time. I don't have to think about it. But with these two projects from Dimensions, every single stitch has its own specs. You know, it could be different number of strands, it could be different stitches, and so I have to be very mindful and blend colors as well. This project and Maggie as well, they both have blend colors, and I think the total number of colors for this piece, on top of my head, I think it's under 60. So we're not talking about overwhelming number of colors, but there are different combinations and blend colors. So I'm going to move forward, you know, very mindfully. But before that, of course, introducing Paper Camp, okay? For those of you who have been here following my challenge today, my paper challenge has already witnessed the power of Paper Camp. But just in case you haven't, here we go. Brace yourself. 1982, the pinnacle of 1982 technology. Here we go. Boom, Paper Cam. Yes, round of applause. Yeah, and just for 5 more days to go with Paper Cams, and after that, it's gonna, you know, go back to the time machine. Okay, so Paper Cam here. I've got a printout. This is actual printout. Okay, this is not a pattern keeper. It could be. They look very similar. So I printed my pattern black and white. The first day, you know, lack of experience, I printed another color. So it was kind of cheating because you can refer to the colors. But if I were to stitch this piece purely with paper patterns and mark them accordingly, that there wouldn't be, you know, colors reflecting the thread colors, etc. So I printed my chart black and white, okay? And today, also, I'm armed with my power tools here, my color, multicolor highlighters here. So the marking method has been working really well, so I'm sticking with it, okay? And so with my color markers, so this is the area I'm going to be focusing on. So I've got a couple rows, 3 rows on top, and a couple of them at the bottom here. So this is where I am right now. So recognizing this area is going to be a lot of air stitching. So I might dip in from time to time, a lot of 10 stitches, as you can see. So the slash, meaning that these are 10 stitches. And this piece has a lot of 10 stitches. And the stitches are quite bulky, so it's quite fun to do, really fun to do. It's like tapestry. It's almost like needlepoint-esque kind of experience. But of course, there are variations. So these are full crosses above as well with various colors. So I'm going to just dip in and out so I don't get buried by air stitching down here, quite pale colors. And I'm going to just have fun stitching it, okay? So let me get my rainbow color highlighters ready. I love this actually. It just makes you happy, doesn't it? Looking at these colors, and they're so fun. And so in terms of the area I'm going to be focusing on, as I said, it's going to be around here. And I might need to do a little bit more gridding as I move forward, but I'm going to focus. So this is the air stitching area, and then there are various, colors and stitches above. So this will be my focal point. And let me turn on a work mode here. But I want to come back to paper cam quickly and to identify, to mark my, to select my first color that I'm about to stitch today. So I'm going to start with pink. Why not? So let's have a look. So there are 10 stitches there. I'm going to leave them for now. I'm going to just pick this one. I think this one looks promising. This little hashtag looking thing. So, and this piece, I started from the center, okay? I'm following dimensions instructions. All their pieces I have done, I start from the center because that's how they instruct you to do. So when you finish the piece, you have very even, uniformed border, in 50 years time. And when I finish this piece, I'm going to have a very beautiful, even margins there. So yes, so these are the ones I'm going to be stitching today. Let me know if you can see it properly. Otherwise, I can zoom in a little bit more. I do have technology with my candles, okay? Hey, Cindy. Cindy has joined us. Hello, hello. And here we go. And let me just come back to my work mode here. And I can zoom in a little bit, maybe. Just a tiny bit. Yes. There you go. So hopefully you can see it. This is my starting point. In fact, I do have a thread dangling here. I need to find out which one that is. I think it's a little Ladova thread. It was probably the last one that I've stitched. So the part thread is this one, I think. So I'm going to come back to this one in a bit. Or should I start with the part thread? Oh, never mind. Let's do the pink ones first. And hashtag. So for the thread list, I am going to refer to my iPad. I'm not looking at the app, okay? This is screenshots that I took from Saga because the symbols might not be the same. I don't have the original chart anymore, so the best way to do it would be grabbing the thread list via screenshot. So it does make it slightly easier, but hopefully it's not cheating. So this is full cross. So there's half stitch list and full cross stitch list. So I am going to I'm going to find the symbol, okay? Okay, I found it. Oh, it's a mix. It's a blend color already. Can you see that? The hashtag at the bottom. I've got A40, A77. Okay, here we go. So in case I haven't mentioned, I'm stitching with DMC. And you might be wondering, if you have done dimensions before, they've got their own brand of threads and also their own thread color system, the numbering system. So this is a chart that has been modified, and thanks to Suzanne, and she provided me a converted version that all the colors are converted to DMC colors. So I'm working with DMC colors. So I bought this kit back in 2016, but this time I'm kitting up the entire, the whole project myself. This is a 14 count Ada. It's got slightly sandy tone, and I'm using DMC. Okay, so A40 977, A40 977. So already, we are in a blend color territory. A40, and I think I've got one already threaded. No, A40. This is not a blend color. I am going to pick one strand each. Okay, A40. and 977 right here. It's interesting. It's pretty, really nice blend. So you can see it's transitioning from orange to brown. Because stitching this pattern and Maggie as well, I think how they blend the colors would be, they start with color A and then go into blend colors with A and B and then transition to C. You see, it makes perfect sense. That's how they create that color shades and gradients. Very clever. And Sanet says, I'm still busy getting my Yogi master set in order. Yes, I saw your post. Was that you? Posted on the Facebook group. Because sometimes the Facebook name and the YouTube names are not the same. So I'm trying to guess who is who. I did see someone posting the thread organizer. And also, just in case you don't know, there is a version, because the previous version, they weren't numbered, okay, for master set, but there's a newer version that's got all the thread colors pre-populated already, so you don't have to manually write them yourself. Sometimes mistakes can happen when you write the numbers. So there's a newer version. I mean, now you've created yours, so you don't have to worry. But there's a newer version that you can download via our Facebook group, the template that it's got all the numbers already listed. So I am going to do, this is full cross, 2 strands. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So the difference stitching with paper is just there's a little bit more preparations you have to do before you can start stitching. You know, if you're stitching with an app, you just turn the app on, tap the colors, and you can start stitching. But with paper, you have to find the colors, filling through the thread list. I mean, this one is quite modest, you know, under 60 colors, but with heaven and earth type of projects, we're talking about maximum 240 colors you have to scan through before you find your symbol, and you have to pre-select if you choose to pre-select the symbols before you're able to start stitching. So there's a little bit more to do. Otherwise, you're just stitching, really. Lizzie says 2002 could be paper cam, but 1982 there was not tech then. Oh, Lizzie, I think 1982. Well, who knows? Maybe it's alien technology, because I'm sure they probably have camera. Did they not have camera in 1982? Okay, so 3 I'm gonna mark as I go on my paper cam here, so I don't get confused. And there's one little one over there on top. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. This is teamwork, you know. If I make mistakes, it's the chat's fault. So I want you to be able to see as well. And today I'm not gonna worry about using the lane tool. It's just too much to think about. So I'm gonna just stitch normally. I think is that one. 1, 2, 3. I'll just zoom in a little bit more so you can see. Elisa says Yogi has fancy candles. I know, it's amazing what 10 tea lights can do, you know. It's all manpower here. It's 1982. Jojo, hello. Great to see you. And Shazabel. Oh, we have a new friend then. Hang on. Is it Shazab? Jezebel Colors says, hi, first time on a live stream. I'm very new to cross stitching and I'm jumped in with a large lettuce stitch. What is that? Lattice stitch. Is it a brand? Well, you might as well start with a bang, you know? So you have never done cross stitching ever, not even small pieces. I don't know what you mean by large, because for me, when I got my Maggie and for the first time, I thought it was large. It was really, really big comparing to all the other, you know, cross stitching that I ever done before. But now, in comparison, Maggie is quite small, you know? So it's all relative. It's all relative. But welcome. And you just started cross stitching. You've already found yogi. Well done. And there are two over here to the left. I'm going to do this one next. Ah, okay. So that was your organizer, Schmidt. So let's stitch. Oh, lettuce stitch. Lettuce stitch is a brand, is it? Oh, so they come as a kit. Is it printed or is it kind of just by dimensions? Barking Matt says, I'm stitching Butterfly Meadow by Joe Grundy. Gecko Rouge. Excellent. 25 counts. My first 25 count project, but with a sad face. Do you not like it? Barking Matt. The first 25 is special. I remember my first 25. It went really badly when I first tried it. I jumped from 14 counts, decided to just go from 14 counts to 25. Bad idea, bad idea. So I had to, you know, train myself to reel the fabric before I tried again. Okay, 3 stitches to the right. Is it? Yes, 3 stitches. I'm going to do Danish so I can take it to the left. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. And this thing I'm stitching right now, for years and years, I thought I was stitching a lampshade. But it turned out, I think last time I learned, it's actually, is it like a speaker or radio? Like old-fashioned radio. And do you see what I mean? The center part, if you look at the mock-up, the center part, and some people say it looks like an upside-down robot. Now I can't unsee it. Hey, Mia and Cats. Okay, 3. Am I correct? Why does it look like, hang on, 1. Why does it not match? Maybe there were stitches. I've just done these 3, okay? But those 2, looks like those 2 have been done. Oh no. Have I got it wrong already? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then 2 to the left. And then there, oh, no. So, yes, I spotted it. I've got this one incorrectly. Already. Oh, already reverse stitching. Already reversing. I read these 3 stitches incorrectly. They should be over there. Oh, but that's okay because 2 stitches. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm good. I'm good. So there are 5 stitches here. Okay, they're all the same. It's okay. I didn't have to undo it. It's a little bit tricky like that. Lona, hello. Hope you're well and Mom is well as well. Amanda says, I think full coverage cross stitches have a skewed view of size. Yes, absolutely. In most immersive cross-stitching world, even mini projects are gigantic. I would say that full coverage projects really kind of start huge. Well, I think you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. You know, and to be honest, prior to Library of Cats, you know, supersize is huge. It is huge. But now we have double supersize. It looks like medium size. It's all relative. And there's a little one up here as well. What to do? And this fabric is really nice. It's Ada, but it's not hard. I think this one is actually the same as the one I'm stitching. It is. I was marking the wrong one. No, it's actually the same color. I'm pretty sure it's the same color. I'll see how it goes. Okay, those 2. Why does it not match? So this one and those 2. Okay. It's good. It's good. So Lettuce Stitch is a counter cross stitch brand. Okay, I'm learning new brands. Alisa says, I see the upside down robot. I know, once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's a problem. I never noticed it. You know, I've seen this mock-up for ages, for years, until someone mentioned it, and now I can't unsee it. But the top bit, this bit, it still looks like a lampshade to me. The whole thing just does not look like some sort of machine. I think it's supposed to be, is it radio or a speaker or something? But it does look like an upside down robot. Amanda says Lettuce Stitch is a well-known Moldovan brand. Its kits are manufactured in Luca's factory. Okay, I'm aware of Luca S. They're counted. Okay, are they good quality? Good quality kits. Right, I have done these ones as well. I have a feeling this one is also, it's the same. 1, 2. Oh no, it's that one. It is that one. If I had docked the the thread properly. Okay, I'm going to keep going with this color. I am going to pre-select so I know where I'm going. I am going to do these 4 first, one step at a time. I think I'm going to cut this off because it's really annoying. It's very short anyway, it's only a tiny bit left. That one, done. I can do these ones actually. To the left and then right. So my blend color stitches are not going to be as tidy as before because I'm not using the laying tool. Lizzie says, Yogi, I plan on doing the panels on one piece of fabric. The reason I'm seeing if I'm working on 32. Oh, are we talking about Library of Cats? I think Lizzie is working on 32. Right. 28 was a squeeze and 25 was too small in width. I'm sure there's stitches out there stitching the double supersize Library of Cats in one piece of fabric. I'm pretty sure. Isn't that what Komari is doing? She's stitching 25 counts. So Lizzie is going for 32 for the entire piece, for the double supersize, hoping to keep the entire piece on one piece of fabric. But I'm pretty sure you can do that with 25 as well. I think some stitches are doing it, and Komari is definitely doing it. Because 32 is a bit tricky. It's not just the size of the stitches, is the coverage in terms of whether you do single stitch. Well, first of all, you don't really have the option to do full cross, do you? Sorry, for full cross, because the stitches are quite small. 32 is tricky. And you have a very large project to do it. So you have to choose carefully. Cyan Stitcher says, Yogi, right now I'm spending my days with your live streams. I've been watching them from the beginning. Oh, well done. You know, the beginnings, I think the beginning of the channel is really interesting because probably for the first, particularly when I started daily streaming, it's pretty much me talking to myself. It's quite fun, isn't it? Just watching me talking to myself. And I really enjoyed it as well, as much as talking to you as well. It's kind of just it's interesting. It's monologue, but at the same time, I feel like I was talking to you in the future. So yes, you have a lot to go through. And also we have marathons as well. But yes, I think starting from the beginning is really interesting because you can really capture the evolution of the channel. You know, from me talking to me to talking to you. And then, you know, nowadays we have, you know, quite a few stitches getting together every day. And the evolution of the dynamic of the conversation as well. And we talk about a lot of very interesting stuff day to day. And it's always a surprise. You know, when I sit down and stitch with you every day, I have no idea where the conversation is going to go. So you lead the way. The chat is leading the way. You can come forward and just, you know, say something, and it opens up a brand new subject. And we talk about everything under the sun, from, you know, day-to-day stuff, whatever it is, life things, and also, let me just do these three, from science, from medical, from, I don't know, paranormal, true crime, bananas, all sorts of things, all important things. And I never know where the conversation is going to go. It's like the real conversation, isn't it? When you're sitting down and chat with your friends, you don't talk about the same things all the time. It evolves. Okay, I'm going to do the next three. I'm going to move very carefully forward so I don't get lost. Why do I only have one stitch in between? Oh, did I do one extra? Hang on. I think I did one extra here. I called it, okay? I called it. So instead of, yes, I miss, this is a problem with me doing Danish. I missed this 10 stitch, the first leg I did, and then I forgot to complete it. So maybe I should try to avoid Danish method. And then 3 through the middle. Amanda says, my 18-year-old is graduating high school today. Congratulations, Amanda. She says, I'm juggling watching with getting ready, and I'd rather cross-stitch than getting ready. Well, Amanda, you have to get dressed, you know, for the occasion. And yes, but Amanda is looking forward to the experience. So today is graduation, right? Oh, it's big. Yes, high school graduation is big. And from this point on, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, he or she is going to be a grown-up. Lizzie says, radio, extreme old-fashioned. It's a sad-looking upside-down robot. Feed it pineapples, it will cheer up. I know it does look like, no, but if you look at the you know, if you see an upside down robot, it's actually smiling. Can you see that? See, it's smiling. It's having a great time doing headstand. Maybe it's doing the yogi headstand, and it's smiling, looking up. It's having a good time. I love going upside down. It's so great for the circulation to flow the other way. 3 over here. Elisa says, I think it's supposed to be an old-time style radio. So it's a radio. Yes, exactly. Elisa, that's what I said, is smiling. Then it's a very playful robot. It looks a little bit like Travis. Two above. Two here, and then I'm going to dock it somewhere actually. So I'm not really parking. It's just you know, I try to stitch in order so I don't jam my stitches, you know, too much. So I'm going to do a very light-hearted parking, just like the one you saw earlier on. Just dock it there until I need it in a bit. So I'm not really parking. but I kind of am. It's parking in denial. Okay, so just out of convenience, okay, I am going to dock it slightly above there. Plant need, I won't need. I'm gonna dock it here. I'm gonna dock it here. And I'm going to mark it with an orange color. Oops, that's smudged. That's not good. And Science Stitcher says, and now you also have AVA and Hobby Jobby. Are they all brands? So I am going to just dock it here, waiting for me. And I'm going to do a little bit of gridding, actually, about. I'm going to travel upwards. I'm going to count carefully. Janine says, I just reorder the fabric for Library of Cats, but I'm doing the regular size, the regular size, super size max color. Yes, this is what I said, Janine. It's all relative, isn't it? Now we have a double super size. The super size is just regular super size. It's terrifying, isn't it? Where is it gonna go? Where, you know, it won't be long before we start to stitch projects the size of a room. Because prior to double super size, no one ever thought it should or ever will get even bigger. And it's not just getting a little bit bigger, it's double in size. Okay, I'm going to count to the right as well. I'm going to grid a little bit. I'm going to count very mindfully, okay? Count with me, okay? Take a deep breath, no blinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Normally when I count it to 5, I just have this overwhelming desire to blink, and I have to resist. Let me just make a marking here and count again, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. I think the mind just wants to rebel from what you're trying to do. The more you're trying to stop doing something, the more you want to do it. So if you're going, you know, keep breathing, no blinking, and that's precisely, you want to do the opposite. Mind is so tricky, isn't it? Let me do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? I just blinked. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm not super sure about this one. I'm going to count again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count with me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that looks fine. Imagine, you know, imagine doing this for the entire fabric. Some crazy stitchers do. They grid the entire fabric, double supersize or something. I don't know. I can only grid a few as I go, because my mind just starts to go numb. Okay, I'm gonna do this one down here as well, and I'm going to grid upwards, maybe a couple blocks ready for me. 1, 2, 3. Let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I blinked about 3 times. And using a needle is a good idea because if I need to pause and blink, I know where I was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I think the counting part is probably the hardest part of cross stitching. Because you can count it wrong. And it's quite funny, this form of stitching is called counted stitching. It says on the tin, you need to be able to count or you shouldn't be doing it. Sayan says it's really nice to see and also see the evolution of your growth. Oh, yes, I know. It's fun. It's fun because when I started streaming, I had no idea whether I was going to do it like one day and then give up, or I was going to do every few days, you know, like whenever I wanted. And I did that for a little while in the very beginning. I think I started streaming maybe last year around May-ish, April, May, but I was only doing kind of sporadically, you know, maybe one every 3-4 days, whatever time I wanted. No notification because it's just me, right? And I just hit the button and started streaming and just talking to myself. And then it wasn't until last June. It's going to be June very soon. We should do an anniversary of daily streaming, or almost daily streaming. And you know, and then things started to. I think if you do more, the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature. You know, if I only stream like once a week or twice a week, I just don't think I'll be any good. Not that I'm good in any shape or form, but I will be so much worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because each time you have to reconnect with your streaming muscle. Really, it's like muscles in a body. The more you train it, the more comfortable and stronger you become. So if you only do it once in a while, just like exercise training, your body has to kind of reconnect with what you've learned and things like that. So, so this one is my gridding pen. Okay, I'm ready. Excellent. So, next one. So I try to follow the order of the stitches and try not to create too many boxed in stitches because, you know, with 2 strands, sometimes you start to feel like it's a little bit tight to stitch. So next one, paper cam, I'm going to switch color to a different one. I'm going to do a blue. So I am going to, which one should I do first? I can do, okay, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do the little square with a slash in the middle, and that one. And then maybe move up here. There's 3 few more stitches. Okay, I'm going to just mark it, pre-select up to this point. Lizzie says, I have done full cross on 32 so far. I only know what my supplier has said. She told me that the panels won't fit on one piece of 25. She kits for a living. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Kamara is doing 25 on a single piece of fabric. So maybe they're cut different ways, you know. Hey, Travis. Great to see you. So I'm slightly behind with the chat. And Jackie. Great to see you, Jackie. All right. Next one is that little box with a slash in the middle. Right here. Found it instantly. And this one is a straightforward full cross, 2 strands. So 3, 8, 27, 3A27. And 3A27. Right here, I think I've got one docked, but it's very short, so I'm not sure. How many stitches have I got? Because I docked my, oh no, it's quite long actually. 3A27. I docked my needles on, but this one's 3 strands. Oh no, they're different ones. 3A27. No, this one I've docked on my thread organizers. It's got 3 strands. So there's a different symbol for that. But this one has only got 2. I think it's correct, right? This one's got 2 strands. So you have to be very mindful with this chart, because you just go, oh yeah, I know the color, and I've got a dark thread there. You just grab it and start stitching. No, 3 strands is for 10 stitches, I think. And this one's 2. I don't think there are single strand stitches, not with this piece. Maybe Maggie might have stitches that you do single strand, maybe for very, very faint, you know, area. Amanda says, Travis is a very fun live stream host. I was able to catch part of the other night. Well done, Travis. A happy viewer here. I have not got a chance to catch anybody's live stream, but I will. I'd love to join live at some point. So Travis has started live streaming recently. And where am I? Here. I'm starting from this point. I think, should I start? No, I think I should. Maybe I should move to the left first. Can you see that? There are some connected, this whole area of the same symbol here. I'm going to move to the left before I come back to the right side. Alisa says, I think my old generation Pokemon is the biggest I'm ever gonna go. Well, that's what you think now. So comparing to double supersize, is the old generation Pokemon bigger? And also that title is probably deceiving. It's like all generations up to now, Alisa. I'm sure they're gonna come up with a 2035 edition that's got far more, even bigger, with more Pokemons. But they can increase the number of Pokemons without increasing the size, right? Not necessarily. I mean, they can just chart everything a little bit smaller. But I'm sure there will be bigger versions. I think the Pokemon chart is like iPhones. You know, it's going to go on and on to iPhone 45. I don't even know which iPhone I have right now. I've lost track. I do my best with my fingers to smooth out the strands. Because lighter colors, when the strands are twisted together, you can actually see it. You can see it. That's why I use the laying tool sometimes. But today I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do that today. Okay, so those two are done. And I'm moving up diagonally to this one. Lizzie says, I buy pre-gridded. I know where I am and I do not have to go do any prep. Yes, pre-gridded fabric I think is a really good option. And I remember if it wasn't because of the pre-gridded fabric, I probably would not have the courage to do 25 again. Because the first time, me being totally ignorant about sort of this type of stitching, I went from 14 counts to 25, hope for the best, with a piece of fabric that's just blank. I had to grit myself, which was fine, but it just created a lot more work to do. And but I stopped doing pre-gridded fabric because I realized two reasons. One is I just miscounted the blocks probably more frequently than I should, because the whole point of pre-gridded fabric is you have everything gridded already. But I found myself misreading the borders, because the first stitch of pre-gridded fabric is actually on top of the first stitch, rather than in between stitches, if you know what I mean. If you grid yourself, you try to grid in between stitches, so the definition is very clear. But pre-gridded fabric, the border, the lines are actually on top of the first stitch. So you have to be very consistent with where you start, but still, I still managed to miscount many times. So I decided to not to buy pre-gridded fabric anymore. And the second reason would be, at least the ones I've got, the pre-gridded fabric I've got, comparing to non-gridded fabric, pre-gridded fabric is just a little bit more stiff, less, kind of a little bit maybe more starched in some way, and the fabric just thicker. So I prefer non-gridded. The fabric is a little bit lighter. Okay, 2 stitches down here. Have I done it? Where am I? Okay, I've done these 3. Oh no, there's one more here. Just lose track, totally. Amanda says, has anyone ever seen the stitcher who grids by poking holes every 10 stitches with needles? Stitches masterpiece. I have seen stitchers doing that. Yes, I have. They just, I think they use a slightly thicker, bigger needle. So basically, let me try to simulate it. So instead of gridding, they just do, so for instance, if I want to grid the center stitch, they use a larger needle and just push the needle in. It creates like a marking like that. And I've seen stitchers doing it around the corners as well, like these ones, and just do all corners without drawing the lines. I tried it actually, but I keep losing the holes, just not clear enough for me. And also when you just do the corners, when you stitch around the sides, for me that's just not enough reference points, because you could grid with a pen that way as well, with dots, can you not? I've seen people doing that, or a small cross. I've seen people do a tiny cross rather than drawing the lines all the way. But for me, it just, I have to look up and down to make sure that I'm actually on the right border there. So for me, just easier to grit the whole lot. But yes, I have seen the needle as well. And Busy Mom has been streaming as well. I think it's a thing now, isn't it? It's like, it's like the thing for floss tubers to do is to stream. Busy Mom has been busy streaming as well. It's wonderful. Okay, I've done these 3. because it's a lot more spontaneous. I think, the weekly update or whatever floss tubers do, like week parades, very nice. But you don't get to see the stitchers actually doing it. And also, yes, people record stitch with me as well. But normally they're not very long sessions. And also, you do get an insight to what they're doing, but you can't interact with them. You can't ask them questions like, why do you do this, and how do you do that? It's real time, and with recorded session, it's quite good as well. But you have to write in a comment and hoping for a response, and also the great thing with live stream is that even if the host are not able to answer some questions, the chat might be able to. So it's a totally, spontaneous, interactive experience. And nothing's better, when you're stitching, someone else is stitching with you. Isn't that the best? I think it's the best. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count, okay? Up to 5. Amanda says, you're not allowed to disparage yourself. Your streams are lovely. Thank you so much, Amanda. That's very kind. I think the best way to stream is just relax. And we're just hanging out, It's not. I'm not performing. I'm not doing anything to try to impress you, and not that I can, but the best thing is just be normal. Sola says, Yogi, you said it was going to be June very soon. Did you mean July? It's already June. Oh, did I say June? What was I talking about with June? Indeed, we are in June. Yes, we're not quite in July, but soon. I just lose track of sometimes which day it is. I have to think about it. Every morning I get up and I look at my timetable. Well, I look at my timetable. Oh, I've got something caught at the back. Hang on. Oh, there's a little knot going on there. I can feel it. Yes, indeed. Yes, I normally prepare my classes, the sequences, the day before, and I try to make a mental note on which studio I'm going, what I'm teaching, because the starting time is a little bit tricky. Some classes start on the dot, by the hour. That's easier. But some of them start like 1/4 past. Some of them start like 1/4 to, and some of them like 1/2 past. And and also the length of the classes are different as well. Some are 60 minutes, some are 45. So I have to make sure that I check every single day, even right before the class starts. Because if you start 1/4 past, you have to end on the dot when it gets to 60 minutes, right? Let's say if you have a class that's 10:15, it's a 45-minute class. You have to end at 11. And if it's a 1 hour class, you end at 1/4 past 11. You see what I'm doing? So this is what I have to deal with as a teacher. It's like they're all different at different time at different studios and different types of yoga. You have classes more flow, you have classes more Hasa, and you have in yoga as well. So yes, sometimes I just get confused. 3 stitches, 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, coming back. Okay. And recently, because I've been doing so many covers as well on top of what I've got already, things is getting out of hand. Lynn, hello. Lynn says, hello, Yogi and fellow stitchers, and Cynthia. I think Cynthia's getting better. I saw her post. Really good news. And yes, and Lynn has always been so kind to send her regards to Cynthia every day. And great to see you. Great to see you. And Betty Hankins, hello. And Cross Stitch with Heather Esther is back with us. And Travis is doing a mini marathon. How mini is it? Mini marathon tomorrow morning, Canadian time. Go for it. All right. So these 4 are done. Oh no! Oh dear! I can't undo, can I? I just marked the stitches I have not done. Oh dear. What is happening? Why is it like this? I have not done the heart shape at all. Look at this. So this is, is there undo button? Please guys, what do I do? How do I fix this? So the heart shape symbols, I have not done at all, but I marked them all. I'm doing this one actually. I'm doing the little square with a slash in the middle. How do I fix this? Can I use my color pencils? Because I need to be able to isolate them. What do? I do have color pencils here. I can. How do you fix it? So paper stitchers, guys, how do you fix it? Can I use a color to block out the heart shape? Because I have not started it. No, it doesn't write very. Color pencil is just not enough coverage, and it takes a lot of effort to draw. So it's probably not ideal. I know some of you are using color pencils for it, but it has not worked very well. Can I use a the real pencil? Amanda says, I would do those next. Yes, it's a very good idea, and it's the right location as well. I just want to block off. These ones I have not done at all. But I have marked them all, seriously. All right, I'm going to do that one next. But I want to finish this color that I'm still doing. Why don't I park it here? So I can come back and fix the heart shape first. I'm gonna dock it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna just park it here. I'll come back to it. Clara says, busy mom has a live this evening. Oh my God, it's going to be the battle of the floss tubers this evening. Well, or daytime, evening for guys in America. They're going to be, you have a lot of floss tubers to choose from. Excellent. But when it comes to yogi time, watch yogi, okay? No cheating. Be here on time for the class, all right? And then later on, you know, post-class activities, you can do whatever you want. Chivis says it's funny because when I live stream, I'm the one asking all the questions to chat, trying to learn all the tips and tricks. I do that as well because the chat is the best resources when it comes to knowledge, isn't it? Because, you know, people, well, depending on how you position yourself, because some streamers might go, well, I'm the guardian of all the knowledge, and you come here to learn from me. But I think, to be honest, most of us have, well, first of all, I have nothing, you know, very little to share. I have live experience, and I have experience I can share, but I have, you know, when it comes to knowledge, I learn so much from the chat since I started the channel. Pretty much everything. Well, I learn from dimensions a lot, and then with the full coverage, I really learn a lot from the chat. It's the best resources for knowledge. And it's spontaneous as well. Normally, if I don't know something, I just throw it out there. Within seconds, someone will go, hey, I know what you're talking about. Plus, you know, and instantly, that's a piece of knowledge you gain. All right, I'm going to fix this bit. That's all heart shape here. Seriously, I was just getting too keen marking everything. So all the heart shapes here, you know, all these ones, they're not done yet. So these ones, I don't know why I just started marking them. And there's another one on top as well. No one can read this. Even I can't. All right, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. So the heart shape, I'm going to find it. All right. It's right here. And luckily, it's a 2-strand full cross, regular stitch. And the number is 840. 840. Very nice. I've got one threaded already. So let me have a look. So I've got 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I can do this. Five. 1, 2. Why is it 5? Oh, this one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I stitch one extra stitch with the yellow one. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, it's correct. It's correct. Nikki, hello. Nikki says friction highlighters. Yes. Because these the highlighters are so... Oh, friction highlighters. But hang on. But friction highlighters, can you do it? Can you actually erase it? Or do I have to get the hairdryer out? You know, because it's heat removal, isn't it? Oh, I did one extra stitch. Seriously, Yogi, focus. No, 2 stitches and then 3 on the top row. So this one, I'm going to remove the 10 stitch here. Lynn says, no stitching today. My horse yacked my shoulders. Oh, Lynn, my goodness. Your horse? Well, this is not a sentence, you know, can be uttered by regular people. Lynn's got a horse. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? And Lynn says, I'm enjoying watching Yogi stitching. Pain lying down. Oh, Lynn. Dear, oh dear. Lynn, sending love to you. Oh, naughty horse. Naughty horse. I hope, you know, Dolly doesn't pull any stunt like that. And speedy recovery, okay. But Lynn is an experienced farm person. Is that the term? I don't know, farm person. Lynn has got a farm of some sort. So, oh, I hope the horse is feeling very guilty right now. Naughty horse. And speedy recovery, okay. Jackie says, how much longer we're doing paper charts? Well, this is day 5. And I'm doing 10 days. So it's not so much another 5 days, but 5 days streaming. So there are days I'm not able to stream, right? Like Fridays. So that doesn't count. I'm going to do solid 10 days. No cheating. And already I'm feeling a lot more comfortable already compared to day one. Day one, I was a nervous wreck. I was like, God, what am I doing? What am I looking at? Well, that's normal. That's normal days, even with apps. Okay, I fixed these. But there's one more stitch. Oh dear. Never mind. I'll leave that one out. I'll leave that one out. There's one extra stitch there. I could just do that one, can't I? There's a little one here. I can go and do that one. That's the third one. My back is not going to be as tidy as the first time I did Maggie or this one. Because when I was stitching with the dimensions material for the first time, I was following the instructions to a T. You know, in terms of where I take my stitches, I was finishing and starting from the back. So I thread through, I tuck my thread under other stitches and finish that way as well. So I was flipping back and forth with these projects. And also, if I ever need to travel carry my thread through stitches, I just turn the project to the back and then thread through. So there's no floating stitches. And also I was following instructions so well in terms of if I'm taking my stitches upwards or downwards, I stitch in the sequence. That is what the instructions telling me to. And now I'm kind of slightly freestyling. You know, I'm a little bit more relaxed with the way I'm doing it. So, but my back is not going to be as nice, which I'm fine about that. Jojo says there are friction erasable pens. So with the friction, I have the regular friction, you know, with these pens. And when I turn back and use the eraser to rub it off, it doesn't really come off that well. I can try it now on this fabric. So let's say if I want to do a 5x5, right here, it's really hard to draw anyway with this one, the regular ones. This one is 0.5, like that. If I want to erase it, technically you can turn it back and do it, right? It doesn't really come off, not really, does it? Unless you use a hairdryer or something, maybe it will come off. It doesn't really come off. Maybe on papers, but not on fabric. The fabric, I don't think is really that erasable. It's a nice thought, but it's not. Hi, Rachel. And Betty, are you injured? Oh, are we talking about, whose mother are we talking about? Is it Lona's? Who's injured the legs? Betty says, wish the mother would get her leg checked out. Oh, your mother. And Betty says, I could walk, but not my weight on it. Did you injure your foot as well? Oh, our stitches just dropping like flies. You know, guys, you have to be, you know, nice and strong. Stop injuring yourself, okay? I need you here to stitch with me. Stop injuring. Stop getting, you know, knocked off by horses and tripping over, that kind of stuff. You know, we don't like that kind of stuff. All horses, they need to behave themselves, okay? All right then, next one. I fixed that one. I'm feeling better now. Paper cam. Where shall I go next? I'm going to switch color. I'm going to go purple. I can, oh, there's a little bit more heart shape here. I could do this. Yes. And there's one more here as well. Yes, I could do these ones. And there's one more here. And here. And I can take it. Oh, there's two more. Okay. That's it. And there's two little ones as well. I could start my thread here and carry the thread under. Because I can't see any more heart shape around the surrounding area. All right then, A40, I'm going to take one more piece. A40. Travis says started thread through the back, but I was finding it difficult to flip the further I went. Yes, and also Travis, your canvas is huge. I don't know how easy it is to flip over. I think it's a lot easier to manage from the front, but I think it's a little bit less tidy. I think you can still make it quite tidy if you're really, if you're really skilled. But I kind of picked up a lot of habit of doing 25 counts, full coverage. The back is kind of, as long as everything's tucked, stitched down, I'm not too worried about everything, looking vertical, because a really beautiful bag with, if you do the stitches properly, everything at the back should look kind of vertical and very little build-up of fabric at the back. I think for me, that's a beautiful bag. And my first, Maggie, and this piece as well, the back actually looked quite decent, but it requires a lot more effort to manage that. I am gonna, oh no, these three I haven't done. So should I should start from the bottom actually. Yes, I'm gonna start here, 2 from the right. And flow my stitches upwards. Cyan says, my 15-year-old cat has been at the vet since yesterday evening and intestinal infection. Oh, poor thing. Yes, I hope our little kitty is okay. It's always worrying, when our little friends, furry friends, they're at the vet. I have been through a lot of that, having had cats throughout my life. But this is what we do for them, this is the price we pay for love, for loving them so much. Amanda says, have you considered trying the friction markers to mark off your pattern? Yes, as I just demonstrated, they don't come off. Maybe if you wash or with hot water, or maybe air dry with hair dryer, but it doesn't go away if you just want to correct something, if you grit incorrectly. Okay, purple. Those 2 are done. There's one more. Why doesn't it why doesn't it match? Okay, okay, yes. Oh dear, Betty, so mom's injured as well. Oh, so it's not just Stitches. Stitches' mum seem to be going down like flies. Yes, please be careful. Rachel says, guys, guys, okay? Rachel says, Yogi, today's a National Hug Your Cat Day in the US. Oh, seriously? Yes, we have Octopus Day. Nikki, when is the next Octopus Day? Calamari Day, okay? Today, apparently, is Hug Your Cat Day in the US. Over here in my house, that's every single day, Rachel. That's every single day. Rachel says, have you seen Oreo or Lily? No, no. It's so strange because for a few weeks, this house is like, like a cat farm, like a zoo. I've got a Dolly, obviously, and I've got Oreo and Oreo's friend, Chocolate, and I've got Lily. You guys have been here. You have her Lily like crying every single day during the live stream, trying to come into the house. I try everything, trying to resist it, trying to discourage him, so he would move on, and it didn't work out. And I finally decided, yes, okay, that's it. Come in, join us. And within a week, Lily has decided to go on some sort of a trip. I don't know where he's gone. I'm not too worried about him because he's not a house cat. He's very affectionate to me, but he's not a house cat. He goes wherever he wants, whenever he wants. And so I think he's probably just out having a party with the ladies. And he's going to come back, I'm exhausted, but he's gonna be back. But Oreo and Chocolate, mystery. I really have no idea. I have my theory. I think either the household they belong to moved, which will be a surprise because I thought they just moved to the area because I've only met Oreo maybe only a month before he disappeared, he and Chocolate. So Oreo came to me first and I thought, whoa, what a beautiful kitty, a tuxedo cat. And I just thought maybe they just new to the neighborhood, when they've just moved here. And they allowed the cat to go out and, to get used to the gardens and etc. So I thought they were new to the area. So it doesn't make sense if they moved so quickly. That just doesn't make sense. I've got one above diagonal. Hang on. 1, 2. It's kind of getting a little bit hard to read again. I need to be a bit more disciplined with the way I mark things because it's just looking really messy. This is the one I'm aiming for. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So I don't know what happened to Oreo. I really, other than they moved away, I just don't think they would be grounded for so long. Why would you do that to your cat? If you allow them to, run around and then suddenly you just decide you don't want them to do that, that doesn't make sense. The cats wouldn't put up with that, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So I don't know what the deal is. And also, it was a mystery why Oreo and the other cat as well, and chocolates as well, they're both just so hungry all the time. They look so well kept and well taken care of. You know, the fur was shiny, beautiful, well fed, but they were just so hungry. So I don't know what's going on with them. I hope that I can see them again, but it's a mystery. Nikki says you can erase by the other side of the highlighter. I use the pens for my paper chart, like a marker. So, all right, so you're using friction highlighter on paper, and I think paper might be different. Paper, because those pens are designed to be drawn on papers, aren't they? So the highlighter can be erased. Okay, but I think with my print out by the time, and also, do they smudge? Do you find that your highlighters smudge? Because with you know, the fact they're smudged already, if I try to erase the colors, the symbols will probably disappear as well. Where am I? Here, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. Yes, Amanda, it doesn't work on fabric, but I think on paper it's a little bit better. Elisa says, Rachel, I've hugged my cat several times today. Yes, Elisa's celebrating the day. And the cat didn't like it. We think we need a national cat hug. The human day. Oh, I love that though. Because cats are so different, so diverse, aren't they? Because not every single cat, they're cuddly. It's like Dolly. Dolly is so sweet and so affectionate, but she's not a lap cat. And she doesn't snuggle up in bed with us. And the weird thing was, you know, because I really miss it. My other cats previously, they're more sort of, you know, snuggling in bed kind of, you know, cats, and they will sit on your lap and they want you to hug them all the time. Dolly is not like that, so I really really miss it. And the thing is, prior to Lily's departure to his journey, one night I actually got woken up by Lily trying to snuggle in between me and Mr. Yogi. And it was so weird because I had not had cats coming to snuggle with us for so long. Because Dolly's got a sibling, Molly, who passed away last year. And she wasn't a lap cat either. So we have not had cats coming to snuggle with us in bed for a long time. So it was so weird. You know, I was woken up by Lily. It was really sweet though. And Lily is actually a feral cat. So it's, you know, I don't know where he learned to kind of be so close to human. So it's all different, isn't it? Every cat is different. Trying to do it mindfully, one stitch at a time. Rachel is cooking dinner. Travis says, do you have any advice for doing a marathon stream yogi? Just stay awake. That's my take a nap before and stay awake throughout. Didn't know how long you're doing it, Travis, but you probably find the time really flies really quickly because, day-to-day stitching, we're here for like most days around 4 hours. It really doesn't feel like it. I think if you just stay in the moment, enjoying stitching, enjoying chatting, whoever comes along, time flies, first of all. And also, I think it's about keeping, so if you're streaming with iPhone, right? So you probably can't physically plug in to the internet because for me, for the longest time, I did not have the physical cable connected to my computer. And, we've been very lucky, not many downtime, not a lot of downtime. And but by physically connecting with a router is a very good idea if you can. But otherwise, with iPhone, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, and there's one more. 2. Where am I exactly? Seriously. Okay, I've done this one. 1, 2, 3. This one is done. All right. And I've got 1, 2. I think just relax and enjoy it. That's the best thing you can do. Because if you are relaxed, your viewers will be relaxed. No one wants to watch someone kind of struggling to do things that they don't feel comfortable. And just be normal, really. That's it. Elisa says, Yogi, this is why I always use yellow highlighter and make several new copies. Yes. Technically, I could print more copies, but I don't want to. It's just my marking has starting to look a little bit messy. Is it chocolate time? Oh, Rajal. Yes, right on time. Yes, it's 10:30. Because I'm always surprised because, we start streaming normally about 8:30. So by chocolate time, 10:30 means we've stitched for 2 hours. It really doesn't feel like it. I feel like we just started it. So let me just mark these 2 and then end my thread and we can have a chocolate time. Right, let me end this one here. So with this one, I just end with a tuck-in. A40. Oh, let's have a break then. Yes, why not? And let me review the situation with my chart here. I need to be able to mark it a bit better. Look at this. I mean, once everything's marked, it's kind of okay. It's this selection process. The selection process, because maybe today, because I'm printing the stitches a little bit smaller, maybe I just need to print them a bit larger to give the pens, space to do the pre-selection, because otherwise everything looks marked. So these ones I haven't done, but because the borders, the pens are so thick, they kind of block off the stitches a little bit. But I'll be a bit more mindful, shall we? Yes. A little bit of chocolate time. Let's take a breath. Nikki says 30th. All right, today is give your cat a hug day, and the end. So what happens today is that let's go 31 days. So it's not the end of every month. It's the 30th of every month. It's calamari day. I do not believe you, okay? I don't know who came up with the idea. And yes, And what are you supposed to do with the calamari day? Are we talking about like eating calamari, or are we talking about stitching calamari, or protecting calamari? You know what I mean? Because the goal is probably to keep the calamari safe. Whereas pancake day, you eat pancakes. Calamari days, does that mean you eat calamari? Today, I am having this good old-fashioned chocolate, 1982 style, with my block of chocolate. Nothing fancy, but delicious. Oh, listen to this. Cheers, everyone. Yes, I love block of chocolate because it feels proper. You know, you can snap off the piece you want. That's part of the experience. It's lovely. For the longest time, I thought it was stitching lampshade, but clearly that's not the case. And let me know what you're snacking. I'm having chocolate. Travis says, I'm thinking tomorrow morning around 5 hours. Oh, not bad, not bad. Yes, it's almost half marathon, isn't it? That is half marathon. Yes. So tomorrow morning is in Canadian time. Lynn says, my brother brought some strawberries today. So I have got some strawberries. No cheese tonight, Lynn. You need some cheese for the injury that you sustained by the naughty horse. But strawberries are lovely. I love strawberries. But strawberries are so delicious when you get really good ones. But it's hard to tell because some strawberries, at least over here, sometimes you get a box. First of all, they're quite pricey, right? And so you have high expectations. And and some of them, you know, they look beautiful, but when you eat them, they're just really watery, like waterlogged, really bland. I get really upset when that happens. It's just this disappointment. Because with bananas are very consistent. You rarely get bad bananas. You know, the bad bananas would be maybe they're too ripe and they have really strong banana smell. That I don't like. But you can tell just by looking at banana. So you pick the ones that's perfectly ripe. Cheers, everyone. And so bananas is consistent. What you see is what you get. But strawberries is not the case. And watermelon as well, right? Watermelon, they can look beautiful. But when you taste it, it's just taste of like really bland taste. But strawberries, when they're good, they're so good. Travis says, you guys might hear Marek in the background. So is Marek going to be like Dolly? Is Marek going to be the Travis live stream companion? Do you need to sign a contract with Marek? I think that's a good idea. Oh, Susan. Lynn, do you know what Susan's doing? Susan has gone out and got the Marks and Spencer cheese twists. I actually saw them the other day. I'm gonna get a box as well. So one of Lynn's favorite is Marks and Spencer cheese twists, cheese straws. Yes, it's a big box, isn't it? I'm gonna get a box very soon. So Lynn, you don't have cheese? Do you have cheese twists today? Susan is eating them. Sola is having Lynn 85 cacao. Yes, that's lovely. I'm going to get a bar of that one as well. It's very smooth and creamy, isn't it, Sola? And let me take a sip of my coffee. Lynn says, the Spanish strawberries I find watery. Yes, you need to get the British ones, don't you? Particularly now is Wimbledon, almost Wimbledon season. Is it Wimbledon season yet? I think normally it's about June-ish time, July. And Susan, do you like them? Are they being overhyped by Lynn? Those cheese straws. Are they as delicious and mind-blowing as Lynn's making them out to be? Oh, sincere apologies for our friends outside the UK. I don't know whether you have a Marks and Spencer's near where you are. If you do, go grab them. The cheese straws. All right then, I'm gonna just take one more sip and I'm coming back. A bit of coffee here. Cheese, I mean, not cheese and coffee. Chocolate and coffee is so delicious. Elisa says, I ate early dinner, so no snacking for me today. You can always snack. This is why it's called snacking. Otherwise, it would be a second meal, wouldn't it? Elisa, you can snack. You can snack. Let's have a look. Let me bring back my work view here. Right. So where should I go then? Now I'm powered by chocolate, 1982 style. Let me have a look. So I've got these one. Okay, it makes sense to move on to this symbol. Let me see if I can mark it with green, because these ones I was going to do and then I didn't. So I'm going to do 4. There's another one here. So let me look up my chart. 3827. Oh, but hang on. I've got one part thread here of this color. Why don't I start there? So this is what happens. This is why my chart is getting messy. What is it? Well, this is the thing, because I think the previous few sessions, I printed my chart a little bit larger, so they're okay for these markers. But today, I print them a little bit smaller, and I'm running into trouble. Pre-select. Maybe I can use something else to pre-select. But I'm going to pick up this one here. Okay, I've got this one part. I think the first time when I stitched Maggie, I used the original chart, and I think I probably used pencils. I'm trying to recall. I probably use a pencil like this and then just mark out like each stitch one by one. It's a labor intensive. Susan says, lovely, very crunchy. Oh, great. That sounds lovely. We want them crunchy, don't we? And fluffy. Travis says you would be the unseen mascot. Yes. Just like Dolly. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2 more above. All right, 1, 2. So that one is done as well. That one is done. It's been done. 1, 2. And then there's one more on top. And then 3 over here. Three. I remember first time when I did Maggie, because Maggie turned out to be the first full coverage I've done. To be honest, looking back, I don't think I even knew what the gridding was for. I don't think I gridded the first time. Maybe a little bit into it, and then I just learned that those grids, 10 by 10 blocks, they actually served a function, because I had no problem recognizing that each stitch is one single little square here, right? But the overall 10 by 10 definition, I actually didn't know what purpose they serve till a little bit later. I can't remember how I learned that. And I went, oh, so those are additional referencing point that you can use to count your stitches. I didn't know that. So I was doing non-gridding, not because I wanted to, it's because I didn't know those blocks, what functions they serve. Okay, so these ones are done. Do I have more? 2 more at the bottom. One, 2, 3. Two more. And then one more here. Why do I have a stitch that is unstitched? 1, 2. Okay, so these ones are done, but I've got one stitch. Oh, Hang on. There's one more here. And that would be the last one of this color in this area. That's it. And I remember, if I remember correctly, this is the edge of the straw hat. So you can see the hat there. When it gets to, let me bring on this one. When you get to the little decorations on the hat there, that area, I wouldn't say it's confetti, but I remember struggling stitching that area because there's so many color changes. Can you see that? The straw hat on top of the upside down robot, and there's some sort of feathery decorations. Are they fish baits, really? What are they? I'm not a fishing person, but I remember that bit. For me at that time, it was confetti, even though in comparison to the real confetti, it's not really that bad. But I remember there were a lot of color changes. Okay, 3827. $3827. Let me just good. Let me come back. Let me just make adjustments here. I think let me just dial it down a little bit because I keep getting warnings for my internet speed. Okay, so where shall I go? So I'm going to use a pen for pre-selection. Let me just double check. I'm going to do these ones. It makes sense to do these ones in the hashtag. So there's a whole bunch here. All right, it was a blend color, A14977. A40. A40. And 977. Lynn says, Yogi, that's an old-fashioned radio. The hat is on. I know, Lynn. I just learned that. But for years, I thought it was a lampshade. But now I know it's actually 1982 technology. Susan, oh, Susan is correct. Susan says, if you worry about your internet speed, paddle fast, Yogi. Yes, I slowed down a little bit. That's why my little feet just couldn't do it anymore, even power with chocolate. I had to take a little break, and yeah, it just started to slow down. It was me. I will paddle faster, okay, Susan? My little legs can only do so much. Oh, I've got a thread here as well. Oh, hang on. See, really sloppy. I've already got a strand here. It's exactly the same one that I needed. Let me just put this back. Knife A40. Oh, seriously. I didn't see one that I've already parked. A40. Let me just stop this one. It's all right. Let me pick up this one instead. Let me start here. Here. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Rachel says those things on the hat are fishing tackles for the fish. What's fishing tackles? Are they not those really fake fish baits or something? I don't know. I'm not a fisher person. As you can probably tell, 1. And I'm going to do 2 over there. Oh, this bit is getting a little bit iffy. Let me change color. Let me do pink then. No. Let me do yellow. I've used up all the colors. I've run out of colors. Okay, I'm gonna just stitch 1. Fishing lures. Yes, that's the term I was talking about. Yes, to lure the fish to bite. Oh, this poor fish. Yes, they're just out there, doing a little bit of shopping and have a stroll, just have a little walk around the garden. And lo and behold, there's this thing luring them to bite. And it's all over. Solar says, I reached an epiphany. I didn't lose 10 pounds because I was on a diet. I lost weight because I'm living a skinny person's lifestyle. Well, that's profound, Solar. Skinny person's lifestyle. What is that like? Can you share? That's very profound. Okay, let me do these 2. I'm gonna see if I can do it without pre-gridding, pre-selection. See if I'm gonna get very lost. 2. Oh, Betty loves fishing. My dad loved fishing. I never understand the attraction. One, two. Janine says, me and my husband fish. It's fun and a great time together in the outdoors. Well, I don't think the fish would agree. The fish is probably go, well, I'd rather to just, be left alone and continue to live. I think that would be their preference. One. Okay, I'm gonna just do it one at a time. So I'm not gonna get lost. Okay, one. And then two underneath. Three. Oh, actually. Janine says, skinny people eat that horrible kale. Kales are good for you, okay? Lisa says, starving. Three stitches here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That one. Hello, Dolly. Hey, babe. Janine says, we throw the fish back. Besides, I'm horrible and hardly very catch at anything. Yes. Okay. I'm going to do these two and end my thread here. All right. Okay. So I've done those three. I suppose I could continue with this color because there are quite a few before I get to the next symbol. I think that's what I'm going to do. A40 977 is a blend color. A40. Oh, I've got it. I've got it threaded here. A40. So Rachel, I have a question for you, because Rachel is a chart designer, aren't you? So I think I asked this question before, but I just want to double check. is the best. I'm on a Macintosh, okay? I'm on a Mac. It's the best software for charting Mac Stitch. Is it the industry standard one? Is that, if I don't know whether you're on Mac or PC or any one of you, if you're in the chat, you're a chart creator, is the best software for Mac. Mac Stitch, I think is what it's called. Susan says, hi, hello, Dolly, give her a hug. Well, she's been getting a lot of hugs already. It's a non-stop. She's like going, oh, that's enough. That's enough. It's that bad, you see. She gets hugs and kisses all day long. Right, Dolly? Can you verify that? Can you testify to the fact that you're being hugged and kissed all day long? Rachel says, I use WinStitch. I have a PC, but MacStitch is the version, the Mac. So is it industry standard? So you can pretty much create like a decent chart. One, two, three, four. And Cyan says, I use WinStitch too. Okay, so MacStitch is just the Mac version. And Rachel says it's the best I've seen. Good. So that's the industry standard. So do you think Heaven and Earth, they use that as well? And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 stitches. Rachel says, WinStitch does more than decent job in my opinion, but you also have to know that translate into a good stitched piece and what doesn't. Yes, that's a tricky part, isn't it? Because I like to think it's just, you just hit a button, but I don't think that's the case, is it? One, two, three, four, and then 3 underneath. Is it 3? Yes. Why does it not match? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, why do I get 1 stitch extra? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Why does it do that? Oh, okay. I did 1 extra stitch here because my chart is so messy. Science says, I have also tried various programs and WinStitch is the best. I see. Thank you for that. Three stitches and 1. Me, the Rachel, but I kind of Googled a little bit to see what came up. And Win Stitch or Max Stitch seems to be the only one that came up, like on top. So I don't know. It probably means that that's what most people use. Three. And then one. I'm doing okay without pre-selecting, but I have to stay very close, like every couple of stitch at a time. Okay, so I've done this one as well. So the next one of this next stitch of this color is way down here, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna end my stitch. Oh no, there are two more here. Missed it. There are two more, three more. Okay, so I am going to, well, in fact, no, I'm gonna end it actually. Otherwise it's gonna get a little bit messy. I'm gonna end it. Okay, A40. Oh, congratulations, San. You've finished your organizer. Okay then. Let's have a look. I want to find out what this color is. This little one. I think it might be my next stitch. A little circly bits. It looks like a fish bowl with water at the bottom. So here we go. Okay, it's a brown and it's a full cross, regular full cross. Okay then, I can do this one. 4, 3, 4. Four, 3, 4. I do have one docked already. Okay, so this one, it's got quite a lot of stitches. Where shall I start? Oh my goodness. Let's start. Let's work within the block. I think is more sensible, isn't it? Let me try a different color. Let me try blue. I can start from here. Stay within the block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 stitches. Cyan says, I know the sis stitches, Ellen, now works with a pattern maker. Oh, is that, let me just jot down the name because I have not come across that one. Pattern maker, is that a charting program as well? let me just write it down. Pattern maker. But I'm not a fan of that myself. It just depends on what you like working with. Right. Yes, that's very true. You have to like it because everybody is probably trying to do different things and different types of patterns as well. 1, 2. Two. Yes, I checked the price. I checked the price of Winstitch, or Max Stitch rather. It's quite reasonable. It's under £50. I don't know about the other programs, but under 50 for professional software is kind of decent. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Ellen. There you go. Here's Ellen. Ellen says, that's why I have Winstitch Pro. So which one are you using? Are you using, which one was that? Pattern Maker? Or is it Winstitch? If you have used both, which one do you recommend? Walk away. Hello, darling. Great to see you. And sending my love to you and Lila, the little kitty in heaven. Susan says, are you planning to chart something, Yogi? That's a very subtle hint, isn't it, Susan? You know, blatantly asking the chat, you know, which charting program is the best, Susan. Very subtle hint. But I just needed advice, you know. We have a lot of experienced chart creators here. I can learn from all of you. 2. I learned everything from the chat. Solar says, I use Winstitch Pro as well. Excellent. Alisa says, like I told Ellen, I volunteer to be your unofficial, very slow test stitcher. Oh, I might do a little bit of test round once I get to the charting, you know? Yes, walk away, you know, Renee. I think, you know, there's so many stitches right here in this chat alone, or whoever's watching. They know what you're going through. Not that we can share your pain, we can't, because, you know, all the pain we suffer, we're losing our loved ones, you know, little furry friends. It's individual, right? But, you know, hopefully it's a little bit of a comfort for you to know that we understand the level of pain that, you know, that we go through, and we happily go through it, right? Not that we're happy with losing our lovely little furry friends, but we suffer so much with pain because we love so much. So I'm with you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 stitch here and then 2 stitches below. Ellen says, I have both. Pattern Maker is better when you draw each stitch by stitch, as like copying from a paper chart. And WinStitch is better for converting images. Yes, I'm thinking about full coverage for sure. I'm not doing manual. I'm not thinking about manual. So definitely max stitch would be better, wouldn't it? Yes, I know what you're talking about. Sola says, I like WinStitch for charting because it's so easy to create your palette, and it has a special command just for pattern keeper. Oh, really? That's really good to know, Sola. And she says every chart gets inserted in pattern keeper without issue. That's excellent to know. That's great. That's a great reason to use WinStitch or max stitch. Sola Walkaway's furry baby is called Lila, and she's a little cat, beautiful cat, little tabby, isn't it? So gorgeous. Walkaway says Lila was my 17-year-old cat, and well done, 17-year-old Lila. And Renee says she was a good baby girl, 7 pounds, and run a household. 7 pounds. How many kilograms is that? It's like 3.5. Yes. And now we're rudderless, poor dog wandering around with his friends. I bet the dog can sense the difference, can sense the, absence of Lila, for sure. Four stitches here. I think it might be better if I stay very close. I can probably get away without pre-selection. But pre-selection is getting very messy now. Oh, Renee, do not worry. I think it's so nice for you to share because it's kind of emotions that it's just so much easier when you feel that you're understood, right? I remember losing my first dog, and a family dog, when I was quite young. And the dog actually got poisoned by somebody, by the neighborhood's kids or something. And so we, till this day, I don't know why the dog died, but I remember waking up one morning and just saw my dog just lying on the street, like slightly away. And I didn't know the dog was dead. I thought the dog was taking a nap under a tree. And I remember joking with my dad, saying, oh, what is the doggy doing there? And then, it wasn't until we got closer, we realized the dog wasn't moving. So literally my dad was taking me to the school, and I realized the dog was gone, just so out of sudden, really young dog as well, probably under a year old. And I went to school, basically couldn't breathe. I was in my eyes just soaked with tears, and just rolling down. I couldn't control them. I sat through the lectures, the classes, with tears rolling down my face for like hours. And you know what a teacher said to me? Till this day, I remember what a teacher said to me. I remember he just looked at me. He asked me, "Why are you crying?" Okay, and I wasn't looking for sympathy. The tears just rolling down. I have no control over it, and I remember the guy, the teacher, till this day. I remember him. He just he said something along the lines of, well, if the dog is dead, you can't do much anyway. So focus on what you're doing, like focus on study or something along those lines. And I remember to look at this man, as young as I was probably, I don't know, 10, 11. I just looked at this man. I said, when I grow up, I will be anything but this man. You know what I mean? When someone is so lack of compassion, so cold and lack of love, this guy probably doesn't know what it means to love. Not only that he wasn't being sympathetic, he actually basically placed a knife in my heart. And I grew up remembering this conversation and thinking I would be anything. I don't care if I have no food to eat. I can be the poorest person on the planet. I will not be this man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you learn from really bad examples, really bad people. So it's important to know that you're understood. You're understood. No problem. Yes, I agree with you, Sola. Sharing is good because we can all, tune into that love. And Stan says, I lost 22-year-old cat in January. Well done. Well, not well done. Yes, 22. That's amazing. And I bet the cat has so much love. Yes, 22 is amazing. And Sans cat, 22-year-old cat, passed away peacefully in her sleep. I comfort myself through with the thought that we didn't have to make decisions ourselves because it hurts so much more. Yes, San, you're absolutely right, because even though the pain of losing the cat doesn't get better, it doesn't help with that, but you have the thought that this beautiful little creature slept, passed away in her sleep, because I have cats that had to go through a lot of suffering. A lot of animals have to go through a lot of suffering because we try to help them and have hope that maybe they're going to recover. But sometimes that process of treating them, can create even more pain for them, unfortunately. So it's a choice, really tough choice to make. And in some way, it's such a blessing. Same with people, right? Because, being able to die in your sleep is kind of a blessing, isn't it? Because having seen my parents suffer so much throughout the process, I started to appreciate that, sometimes if you can just close your eyes, that's kind of nice without having to go through the chemo, the whatever. Yes. Walkaway says, Yogi, so heartless of that man. Yes, I remember, his face was forever, etched in my head. If I have doubts, I use him as the guide. to be anything but that man. Travis says, my fur baby ended up getting leukemia. I had to make that hard decision. It's really missing having a cat. Yes, it's a very, very tough decision. And it really helps to have a good vet to help you, to support you with that decision, because it's always about the timing, the balance between how much treatment, medications or whatever surgeries you want to push the poor creatures through. Versus, sometimes the times you just have to make that judgment call. It's never easy. It's and you always in the back of your head thinking, have I done the right thing? Have I done the right thing? Doesn't matter, what it is. I remember when my cat Frank, who had cancer, and we decided to try out the chemo for animals, and cancer treatment for animals is very limited and very experimental, but we decided to go for it. But looking back, in my head, I constantly felt sorry for Frankie, because even though we did our best to gamble with the treatment, but I always thought, well, I wish the final 2 weeks he wasn't, in the specialist and having to go through that treatment. I wish the final 2 weeks he was at home, being with us. So there's no right or wrong decisions. Ultimately, it's the one that your heart takes you. It's the right one. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So I've done that one. I've run out of thread. Yes, it's part of the journey, isn't it? When we take on the responsibility of looking after an animal, doesn't matter what it is, we have made that commitment. Even maybe not the forefront of our thoughts, because we don't want to think about the deaths and stuff like that. But in a way, the moment you take on this life, and make the decision to take care of them, you've already accepted this, this day. And, I feel privileged to be able to send off these beautiful friends. I actually was there with them. Sola says, my Buffy had a stroke after teeth cleaning. Wow. Oh, so because it was the cat was being put to sort of what's the word? Sedation. Sometimes, yes, it can be quite risky. Depends on the age of the cats and everything. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's have a look. So I did okay with our pre-selection, actually. I just have to stay very close together and then mark every couple of stitches. And let me have a check what this color is. I could continue with the same color upwards. These little circly things. I could. Oh, in fact, let me have a look. I fancy doing this one, actually. This little 3 triangle symbol. So it's right here, 402, 402. That's what I'm going to be doing. 402. So this one is it two strand? This one, yes, yes it is. Got a pass right here already. Sans Stitcher says, I'm a nurse myself in the elderly care department, and I'm always trying to support my family as much as possible on the road to say goodbye in a gentle and loving way so they feel supported. Yes, it's you're doing God's work because it's so tough. Looking after people is very, very demanding. And it's a calling, really, right? It's not something that people just choose willy-nilly as a profession. You have to have that inner calling. I think my view on how we leave the world changed dramatically after witnessing my parents passing. It really made me appreciate the peacefulness of the process, because you may not be very peaceful. It depends. And it's a blessing when it is. Whereas before that, my view was always, of course, you try to keep them alive until last minute. We want long lives. We want, do everything we can, whatever it is. And my view changed a lot afterwards, I think. Lynn says, nursing the elderly is hard as you support the family is very important. It's not easy for us as nurses. Lynn, are you a nurse as well? I saw you worked in at a farm, like family farm or something like that. Yes, being a medical, a carer of any kind, whether it's professional or just circumstances, is very, very hard. So, sending love to you. Wow, Sola became a dental assistant and learned about the danger of teeth cleaning. Wow, so it's not because they were being sedated. Let me pick a different color. Let me do pink here. I am here. Hi, Donna. Walkaway says, I'm not a nurse, but I was my mom's caregiver in the end of life care with bladder cancer. I learned a lot. It was a very privilege, as you said, Yogi, sacred. Yes, Walkaway. I was my mom's caretaker for a little while as well. Yes, it's I think people kind of unless you have gone through that process, it's very hard to appreciate the challenge, the tremendous, responsibility for doing that. And also a lot of caretakers, they are not able to provide good care about themselves. They give everything to someone else. And very often, well, I was anyway, I was broken for a long time afterwards. I was broken during, and I was broken afterwards. I think it fundamentally changed me as a person. I just could not be the same person again after that. So my life changed a lot afterwards. Ellen says, it's today 6 years. I lost my grandmother. It's always more difficult on this day. Yes. I think the kind of loss, the sense of loss never really goes away, but it could be more manageable, right? I mean, I was so close to my mom as well. So, for the first 2 years after losing my mom, to be honest, I don't remember very much. It was all a blur because my life was just upside down. I was also, coming out of being a caretaker, and also things happened to my dad at the same time. They both passed away maybe within 4 months. So, with all of that, yes, I think, I find it very hard to even describe what was going on at that time. Oh, Amanda is posting the graduation. Oh, so you're there, Amanda, reporting live from from 18-year-old's graduation. Live report from Amanda. I hope you're having a great time. It's a special time. Science says, I lost my father when I was 19, so 21 years ago now. And the way we were treated back then and how they handled the sedation gave me much more, so much insight. No one should have to go like that. I can, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm just hoping, particularly with cancer treatment, I'm hoping not very long, far away in the future, we're going to look back on our cancer treatment that we are considering as standard at the moment as medieval practice. I really hope so. I hope so. I hope we have better idea and better options. I really do. Now we look back at medieval times when they used to treat people with headaches or mental illnesses by drilling holes, like a big hole on top of their head, that kind of stuff. This is how I equate cancer treatment that we are giving to patients at the moment. I hope we're going to look back at this process and think, what were we thinking? There are better ways. Two over there. And I have two more at the bottom. Suki says, I agree, Yogi. I'm definitely not the same person after being with and caring for my mom. We were very close. It's been 3 years. My life is still upside down. I'm with you, Suki. You're not alone, and it's totally normal. You know, it probably took me about 2 years to even realize where I was. I was like in a haze for two weeks. I went back to work and tried to resume to normal living, thinking that was the best thing for me. But gradually that process, because I wasn't the same person, but I tried to go back and live my life as before. And that was my mistake, because gradually I was disintegrating from the inside and I didn't know what happened to me. I didn't know what was happening to me. Everything was crumbling down around me. When I was at work, I was, you know, temporarily being distracted, but inside I was dying, literally. And it took me maybe 2 years into it to realize I have to change. I have to walk away from everything I have. I have to start from scratch, because literally, with that process, Suki, that you described and I went through as well, I died. I think me as a person before died, but I didn't realize, because I was still breathing. I thought I was still the same person. It took me a while to realize I wasn't anymore. So it makes no sense for me to live my life the same way, try to carry on and try to mask, and thinking everything was okay. And it wasn't until I made changes, literally walk away from everything, start from scratch, I started to breathe again. And sometimes that's required, but it takes time to realize. It took me 2 years to realize that what I had to do was to walk away from everything. And after that, I kind of built a new life, a new self. Even though the memory and the pain, all that is still there, but they become the driving force for me. They no longer destroy me. You know what I mean? Because now I'm facing whatever I had to face and process it. Whereas before that, I was just trying to resume to my previous life and thinking, everything's going to be fine. That was a mistake. But so Suki, you're not alone. It will take time, and everybody has a different timetable. Do not rush. Do not rush. And this one I'm going to end. Jojo says, caregiver stress and grief not appreciated by many people, very difficult. I sometimes equate the caregivers as mothers with newborn. You know what I mean? A lot of times when someone gives birth to a child, all the focus is going to the newborn, and rightly so. But they sometimes forget the fact that there's a mom who has just gone through a tremendous life experience of giving birth to a child, plus having to take care, particularly new mom. It doesn't matter, that you have to, you have a new creature you have to look after, and it's a tremendous life-changing experience. And a lot of time people just, all the focus is on the baby, and the mom kind of just fades into the background. And we all now know that the mothers sometimes have all sorts of emotional problem, some hormonal situation maybe causing depressions and stuff like that. But when all the focus is on the baby, mom becomes just a kind of something in the background to provide cares. And I find caregivers kind of, there's a lot of parallel to that, because our focus is on the patients, and rightly so. But at the same time, people giving cares, my God, I mean, having gone through it, whenever I can, I'll be a broken record for the rest of my life. I just go, you need to give yourself time. It sounds really simple, right? People say that you need to find time for yourself, take care of yourself, but those are just words. You literally have to take care of you. Otherwise, you can, once this is all said and done, you're going to be left with a broken self, physically broken, mentally broken. And even during the process, I knew I was broken, but I had to carry on, despite, there were days I literally I didn't want to breathe, literally. Not because I didn't want to live, it's because it was too painful. So, having breathing space, I think my mistake was I dedicated all my waking hours taking care of someone else. I just simply wasn't looking after myself. I just wasn't. And it's very easily done because, there's things to do that you're looking at this person that you're looking after. And there's just no time for yourself. And we start to give ourselves excuses like, oh, it's too busy. Whoever you're looking after have to come first. No, you first. You first. Give yourself time. It's not even about luxury or some sort of, nice me time. It's survival. You need your time to breathe, to live. There's still element of you still carry on like a normal person it's survival. It's that important. So if you're in that situation, please remember, however you do it, you have to find a way to create space for yourself. You need to breathe, right? Just like if you're on an airplane, they always tell you if there is emergency, even if you have kids, you have people you want to look after, put a mask, sort of an oxygen mask on yourself first. It's literally like that. We're talking about survival. You need to be able to breathe and live like a normal person before you can look after anybody. So important. So important. And being a new mom as well, I'm sure, it's like that as well. Walkaway says, my mom had cancer twice. The first time when I was 5 years old, and then again when I was 55. Things changed, but still not enough. Yes. I think we're still talking about very similar treatment, maybe a bit more options. Yes, I really hope not too long in the future. I'm hoping the next 20 years, we're going to look back on our treatment for cancer at this point and think, what on earth were we doing? What on earth were we doing? I really hope so. I really hope so. I hope there will be some, medical science kind of breakthrough that we suddenly realize there are much better ways. I really hope so. Yes, I think I'm doing much better without pre-gridding with this chart. So I'm going to carry on. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Ellen says, my grandmother raised me, so she was more my mother. Oh, I know that connection. A lot of people are raised by their grandparents, so they're very, very, very close. And Ellen says, I looked after her too when she passed. Her children said I had nothing to say about the ceremony, not giving a photo. I knew her the best. Yes, Lynn, the pain doesn't really go away, but you learn to manage it better. Let's have a look. Where should I go next? I can do these little ones. In fact, I'm going to do this one. Let me change the color here. Shall I do? I can do orange here. I'm going to do these ones. I'm going to check the color. Little U. And 720. 720. And that's why I think stitching, can provide that breathing space if you love stitching, right? It's not about indulging yourself, doing something selfishly. It's survival. Survival. Please create time for yourself. San says, many nurses still have oversized ego of I know what I'm doing instead of having ego on how I can help and support you. Well, I think, being a nurse or a doctor really, I don't know how they manage it because some of you probably nurses or professional caretakers, there's an element of self-checking, isn't it? I think so from the person receiving, the services from their point of view, maybe their loved ones are under your care. I don't know because it's kind of any profession, when we do something for a long time, sometimes you can become complacent in some way or thinking that you know everything that you need to know. You're the subject matter expert, right? And also you probably come across patients coming to you for the same problems like all day long. So you forget, this is the first, maybe for the person interacting with you, this is the first time in their lives they ever come across this kind of challenges, having, their loved ones being sick. They're so worried. So there's something has to happen in between because for particularly professional caretakers like doctors, sometimes they just become so, blasé about everything. And from the family of the patients or even the patients, they just come across as insensitive and impatient. That could happen. So I think professions like that, you have to just be so self-aware of, how you come across to the patient. I'm not saying it's easy. I don't think it's easy being a medical, person, doctors or nurses. It's very, very hard. Um, 1, 2, 3 over there. Walkaway says, after being my mum's caregiver, and she died, I walked around like I'd been in a car accident for the longest while. I don't think I could cry for nearly a year. Me too, Walkaway. I don't think I could cry. I'm trying to think. For a while, I think I managed to cry from time to time sporadically. During the process, I could not cry because I had to be so together. Afterwards, I think I managed to cry at the funeral. But a day before the funeral, I remember I have friends coming to me. They were in floods of tears. They're coming to my mum's funeral. They were probably, just looking from the outside, they probably looked so much more upset than I was. That was the day before the funeral. But literally, my inside was so done. I was incapable of even producing tears. Yes, it does like that. And I think it carried on after my mum and dad's funeral, maybe for about 6 months. And that was when I kind of just attempt to resume to my previous life and carry on. Did not cry for a day, maybe. I don't think for that period. And, in my mind, I was thinking, well, maybe it's my body's learned to process whatever it was. I was so wrong. I remember maybe about 6 months after that, I can't remember what I was doing. I was just doing normal things. And lo and behold, it was like, landslide or whatever it was. Suddenly something inside me, there was no trigger. It was just out of nowhere. And I started crying like I had never cried before. And I couldn't stop for like a day or two, literally. So everything, if I tried to do anything normal during those days, tears would start rolling. And it was like that because there was so much build-up. The body has different ways to process emotions. And it was just building up. It was just building up. And I had no idea because when you don't cry or can't cry, you tend to think, oh, maybe I'm feeling better. No, no, that's not how it works. What am I even stitching? No, why do I keep going? And no, it's just building up from the inside because anything that's unprocessed, it will come out. That's why digesting emotions so important as it comes, because sometimes we try to hold it in thinking, push it away. No, it's still there. It's still there. So the best way to deal with emotions is to release it, like you sharing your news with us in some way. Maybe it doesn't fill up with the pain, but there's a sense of release. You're not, holding everything in. Even though I'm sure you're probably sharing it with your close friends and family, but still, there's an open, there's a sense of release to the world outside, and that helps a little bit, right? So yes, I couldn't cry for months, and then suddenly it just opened up for no reason. It was just like I was just doing normal things, and lo and behold, I couldn't stop. And sometimes people feel guilty for not being able to cry. I just want you to know, do not feel like that at all. You're not alone. It's perfectly normal. Sola says, my mom is 83 and needs me to care for her. My friends always ask how she is, but don't ask about how I am. They love me, but they forget to ask about me. Yes, it happens a lot, Sola. But we see you. I see you. I always make a point of saying, I see you. That's so important to be seen. Yes. And I know. And a lot of times when I have past colleagues, they have babies and etc. And a lot of people start buying baby presents, for the baby shower or whatever. I always buy gifts for the mom instead, like self-care presents, like pampering stuff. I just want them to know that I know they're there. They haven't been just, reduced to a baby's mom. They're still the person, the people that I knew they were, either my friends, colleagues, whatever. Janine says, my mom, who's 84, starting to fall a lot. She lives by herself and has one of those emergency buttons, which is making me very nervous. We went through this with my grandfather. Yes. So she lives with a granddad. So it's just two of them. Well, the thing is, sometimes, people could get older, but they still want their independence. Like my mom as well. We were trying to get her a full-time person, when we couldn't be there. She refused. She didn't want it. She doesn't want someone that she didn't know to kind of just wander around the house looking after her. She didn't want that. So sometimes, it's challenging. Walkaway says, I think nurses and doctors really have a line to walk, protect themselves from reacting emotionally so much they can't make decisions clearly, and being emotional and cold must be tough. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. It's like vets, I bet they probably have their own cats and dogs or whatever pets they have, but they're able to perform, like putting little creatures to sleep. And so they need to have that sort of separation from being a vet versus being a person, who loves animals. Absolutely. I think they probably need to have a certain barrier so they don't become a crumbling mess, watching people suffer and stuff like that. That's a very good point. So there's a fine line between that and just coming across as being insensitive. So yes, that's part of their skill, as medical professionals. Travis says, I love stitching as a way to relax after work. Yes, that's a form of self-care. When you are giving yourself time to breathe, you're doing the best thing for the world. Because, imagine a lot of people who are grumpy, who don't enjoy, the world in general, because they're not looking after themselves. I really think it's, when people show resentment to the world, they're essentially being resentful about themselves. If you're not feeling good, you're not going to be kind to the world, right? So looking after yourself, making yourself feel good and happy gives you that happy outcome when you look out from the inside. So, you're kinder to people. The world is a happier place, safer place because of that. So you looking at yourself, you're doing a great service to the world. And in Travis' case, you probably become, definitely helps you to become a better father, right? Because taking care of a child is really demanding as well. And you need the patience. So, it's great to have a passion you have and a hobby you just love doing. I really feel bad for people who don't have hobbies. Seriously, you need it. Find something you love to do. You'll become a better person, I think. Lynn says, Yogi, I was a nurse. Unfortunately, I could not keep the pace up due to arthritis. I now plod around a small holding. Oh, Lynn. Yes, tremendous. I mean, being a nurse is not easy. I have a friend who used to be a nurse and working for NHS. It was really kind of demanding, underpaid, and lots of work. And eventually she just had enough. She went to, she became a private nurse for a little bit, like taking care of, patients. They live at home. And then the pay got a little bit better, but, it was still really hard work. And yeah, it's not easy staying in that profession. So well done, Lynn. And yes, I think it's great that, you know when to kind of walk away from that, rather than just going, well, this is my profession. I'm going to do it for whenever. And it's quite okay to change career. Ask Yogi. Yes, for sure. It's okay to walk away from everything and start again. So much better. Okay, I've done these ones, and I quite fancy doing this one actually. It's got quite a few stitches here. It's a little square. Let's have a look. Where's my app? I think it's a full cross as well from the look of it. Let's have a look. Where is it? Or maybe it's 10. Oh, it's a 10 stitch, the first 10 stitch today. 938, 4. My goodness, 4 strands. 938. Okay then, why not? 938, 4 strands. 4 strands. Travis says, sometimes I pretend my canvas is a voodoo doll and associate certain colors with people who have bugged me. Oh dear, Travis. It's rage stitching, is it? Yes, I love it. Yes. And do you stab the canvas really hard when you do it like that? Yes, it's a form of release, isn't it? It's definitely healthy. I'd rather you stabbing your canvas than, than other things. 938, 938, 4 strands. I think being able to find outlets for our emotions is so important. 938, 4 strands. And there's nothing better than, there's something you're looking forward to do. I like to think that people enjoy, whatever they do professionally, but it's not always possible, right? Sometimes we have to do certain things that, for functional reasons, and but it's great to have something you look forward to after work, and so there's always a, oops, have I just snapped that one? Oh dear. So you have something to look forward to. Is so important for your spirit. Yeah. Ah, very nice. Travis says, during Marek's baby shower, some of the guests gave a kaidan, which is older child, a gift so he wouldn't feel left out. I know. Yes, that's really, really nice. Yes, if I go to baby showers, I always give gifts to mum as well, as much as for the kids. Ellen says a vet helping a pet passing to the Rainbow Bridge is also loving them and they don't suffer anymore. So it's not as taking distance, but help even when the staff can't stay with the moment. Sound Stitching, hello. Yes, I think vets, I'm very lucky. I have come across some really, really good vets, and that process is so important because as the owner of the little creatures, sometimes you don't know when to let go, when's the right time to let go, and they can guide you, they can help you, and to help you to decide when is the best time, because there's a balance between just give it one more try versus that's enough, that's too much suffering for little creatures. So, and sometimes we don't know when that is, and a good vet can definitely help us. So definitely, yes, I think being a vet is also a calling as well. Okay, so this one, there's a whole bunch of stitches on the right side here. So these are 10 stitches. 4 strands. Passion for stamping, hello, good evening. Travis, Travis says, I have a red color for my supervisor because it's hot temper, red hair. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, so Travis is probably a little bit frustrated and impatient when there's no red color of, with the Pokemon pattern. It's waiting for that red to come up. One, two. I'm going to change color. What should I do? I can do blue. One, two. Travis says, Tia and I also watch anime while stitch after work. Yes, it's great, isn't it? To do something you love doing, and so escaping to a different world for a little bit before you come back. So when you come back, you feel better, you're more ready. And a lot of times that's why people say, well, you want to sleep over certain decisions because time really helps, and distance. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, your whatever you really worry about before you go to bed suddenly doesn't look that bad at all, and you have new insight into the situation, and you're able to find better solutions. And I think doing things you love is a mental escape as well, not in the bad sense, not escaping from reality, but giving your brain and the mind a little bit of time for time out. So you're not sort of, because when you're focusing on something, your perspective is first person mode. You're looking at something really closely, and everything's enlarged and just seem probably more serious and worse than what it is. So having time to step away, doing whatever it is, or just have a sleep. When you come back, the world looks different. So sometimes, when if I come across certain things that kind of triggers knee-jerk response. So for instance, whatever situation it is, sometimes you just want to respond immediately. I actually always call time out. If I'm able to hold off whatever response I need to make overnight, I do that. I rarely, for emails or whatever, I rarely just respond immediately because I want to have some thinking time. So I don't respond out of just, immediate reactions. And that helps a lot, particularly with, more challenging situation. If you feel like someone has wronged you, or particularly even simple things like customer services. If you get something that you think, oh, this is just not what I expected, or you feel like they've done something wrong, I always put it away and deal with it the next day. Because when I come back, I'm a lot calmer. I don't, sometimes I just have this almost empathy for whatever's happening. So it really helps. It really helps. Time out. Give yourself time out. And just a whole bunch at the bottom here. Ooh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stitches. Do I want to go back that way? I could. Or I can stay here. No, I can stay here. Travis says DMC 606. I wish 666 instead. I was about to say, 666 would be perfect for, for Rubbish Boss. Wow, this is a really dark brown, really bold stitch. Bold color, 4 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, let me move over here. What's a fit doll? Voodoo doll. Yes, Travis, you can probably get a doll representation of the bars and just stab your leftover needles like with threads. Just stab them, the doll, instead. Oh, as a pin cushion. Yes, why don't you have a voodoo doll as a pin cushion? No, bad example, okay? Ellen says, I use the timeout too. Sometimes people feel the need to keep messaging or mailing you so you would answer faster. No, I never respond to response to text or emails immediately. I try not to do that, even when it's very tempting, unless it's really urgent. Sometimes it's work-related stuff that it makes sense to respond immediately. But I always give it some time out. Just give it, a few hours overnight if you can. And normally things are handled a lot better. And particularly sometimes, I get, unless it's like emergency cover, I respond very quickly. But other than that, you don't need to rush. Give yourself time to deal with things. And I think when you slow it down, because sometimes you get overwhelming when you try to deal with things immediately, thinking everything's urgent. But when you slow everything down, things are paced out. So your world is a lot more peaceful and quieter. Definitely. Travis says he likes to snap at people in his office without shutting the door. The whole warehouse ends up hearing it. You know what he needs? Your boss. He needs a hobby. I think this is a man who has no hobby. He has no self-care activities. Maybe you should suggest, maybe you should invite him for a Pokemon stitching session. I think this man needs a hobby. I think people who are mean to others, they're probably quite mean to themselves. The self-conversation that we have, the self-criticism. And I think people who tend to be very critical about others, they're very critical about themselves. So it's an inner dialogue being played out externally. So listen to, what people say to you. They're actually telling you a lot about themselves. Ah, a fit doll, Alisa says. It's a doll you can throw when you're in the fit. How often are you in the fit, Alisa? Do you need a fit doll? And how big is the doll? Is it like a man size that you can just punch and roll around and just have a fight in general? That might be quite nice, actually. A fit doll. Walkaway says, I watched a special show about Charles Wysocki's art on YouTube, and it was really interesting. He nearly always plays a red heart in the center picture, an American flag. Really? Let's have a look. So Charles Wysocki is the artist that created this piece. Let's examine. So there's always a red heart in the center, an American flag. Yes, there's an American flag on the upper right side. Can you see that? And let's have a look at Maggie. I can't see the heart in the center. Is there an American flag for Maggie? Let me have a look. Oh yes, there's one on the left, just on the sewing machine on the left there, and the heart in the center. Is there? I can't see the heart shape. That's so interesting. I can't see the heart shape. Oh yes, the heart shape on the right side. Look at the book, just on the right side of Maggie. There's a book with a heart. I love it. I need to watch that documentary. Let's have a look. Let's come back to this one. Where's the heart shape? Not at the center, but it's definitely on the piece. Is there a heart shape on this piece? There is definitely American flag. That is so nice. That's like his little Easter eggs, isn't it? For you to find. I love it. Well, I need to. Where? Can you still find the YouTube video? I need to watch it. If you can send a link, you can post the link if you're still out there at the Facebook group. That would be great. That's fascinating. Alisa says, I have 3 of them. Oh, Alisa, we need to talk. Where's all that? All the fits that you're having. We need to talk about that. Lola says, my painting from Painting Ferry, well, my stuff from Painting Ferry arrived at the post office today. I'll pick up tomorrow. I've got that just before my birthday. Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, Lona has gone for a little shopping spree at the Painting Ferry. And if I remember correctly, you got the metal frame as the super duper metal frame as well. My God, it's not unstoppable, Lona. Just imagine all of that is set up. Lona is going to be twice as fast with the stitching. Okay, that one. Elisa says, 1 year I gave everyone in my office a fit doll. I got them from Amazon. So Elisa actually bulk buying fit doll. I've never heard of those. I know there are some squeezy balls that you can have for your hand to release tension. But a fit doll is hilarious. So we can actually throw them. Imagine Alisa. So Alisa's office, okay, the workplace probably needs, but we need to pay a little bit of attention. The entire office, they're having fits on a regular basis so much that Alisa had to bulk buy fit dolls and donate them to everybody. I think we need to talk about the work situation there. Jojo says the heart is in the drawer for this piece. Let's have a look. I love finding stuff like that. This is why I love the Gecko Rouge piece. In a drawer. Which drawer? Are there drawers for this piece? Or are we talking about Maggie? I can't see a heart shape for this piece though. I bet it's somewhere unexpected. Walkaway says, I'll post the video. Yes, please. I'd love to watch it. Passion for Stamping says, I'll check my Frederick piece too. Yes, exactly. And Susan is stitching that one as well. Okay, where am I? 1, 2, 2 stitches there. And then there's 3 more, 4 more at the bottom there. 4. So far, so good. Ah, so Luna hasn't got the frame yet. Yes. Those frames are quite heavy, aren't they? They're just pure metal. And you need a lot of space as well. Ah, Jojo is talking about Maggie. Okay, Maggie, there's a heart shape, first of all, on the book already. But this piece, I have not found the heart shape. Oh, Alisa, I like that. Alisa says, I think the smile of the robot could be an upside down heart. Okay, that's pushing a little bit. Let's have a look. The upside down. Whoa, that's pushing it a little bit. It's kind of in the center, isn't it? If you look at the upside down robot, the smiley mouth, yes, I would not say that's heart shape, but yes, that's the closest thing that I can find. I bet it's somewhere really secret, really secret. What about, I don't know. Yes. I think for Maggie, there are more sort of locations for the pattern to hide things. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love it. Travis says, I want the metal scroll frames from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch. I think those would be quite nice for stamp kits, right? Because you don't have to fold with even Q snaps is a little bit awkward to for the canvas because the canvas is so stiff. I think those frames, that type of stuff, that type of frames would be quite good for stamp projects. Okay, there's 3 more. Oh, let's have a look. I'm gonna just do these 3 as the final ones. Time flies. It's 12:30, past midnight. Just 1, 2, 3. Got 3 more 10 stitches. Walkaway says he reminds me of Thomas Kincaid. He always added the letter N somewhere in his painting for his wife. Oh my God. Oh, that's so nice. Her name was Nora, and is because the wife has passed on, or just because he loved her so much. That's very sweet. Imagine if you do that for your wife and then you get divorced. You probably have to go back to all your work and update the initial for the new wife. Maybe the new wife starts with S, Sarah. How's that? It's like tattoo, isn't it? You can't change it. Well, kind of. Okay, last 2 10 stitches. Blue Moon. Blue Moon says, I think the heart is on the dragonfly lure. I was kind of thinking that because I'm not able to zoom in the markup as much. So are you talking about the decorations on the hat? Because there are lures everywhere. The dragonfly lure. It's possible. I don't know. I can't see any one of them having a heart shape. Unless it's not red. Because I'm kind of looking for something red. All right, the last one. Yay! I'm gonna take this back and do a tuck in. Walkaway says, I love my wooden scroll frames. Those metal painting fairy ones do look nice. They look very solid, but they must be so heavy. And also because they're not really collapsible, you probably need a fair amount of space in your room and just position the frame there and not try to move it. So, you know, it doesn't work with all the stitches. I mean, it's not for me. I don't have the space. And also I change my webs daily. So, you know, hoops are my best options. Oh, Needles. Needles says I posted on Facebook group the full picture of Max. You can find the heart and the flag. Does that mean the pattern version of it does not incorporate the heart shape? Where's the heart shape then? I can see the flag on the upper right there. I couldn't find the heart shape. Yes, I'll definitely have a look at the Facebook group as well. Yes, guys, so there you go. Let's have a look. Let me zoom out a little bit. Today, I was aiming at about 1,000. That's it. Today is a slow day, okay? Thursday, slow day, only 1,000, you know, who cares? Previous days, I did thousands, okay? You saw it, I did it, all right? And today, I'm thinking about 1,000. What do you think, guys? I think this bit is about 1,000 stitches, no? If you can't see 1,000, yes, you probably need to get a new prescription for your glasses, okay? It's time to go to Specsavers and optical illusion. Yes, they just look less than they really are, but I'm pretty sure this is about 1,000 stitches. And let me switch to my paper cam here. Okay, let's examine the situation. So today you can see all the stitches I marked. This is the beauty of paper chart, isn't it? Because you know where how many, well, not how many necessarily, but you can see the area you've been working on. So today, just extending from this little radio, apparently, sort of vintage radio, antique radios, and I've done this bit. So I'm very happy. And I managed to escape the air stitching. Really sneaky, isn't it? So let's have a look. And this is where I am. It's looking nice and slowly, you know. We will get there. It's about enjoying every stitch you do, isn't it? And I think the marking method is kind of, you know, working fine even without pre-selection. I think for this pattern, no pre-selection seems to be okay because it's not very confetti. And you know, for Heaven and Earth patterns, questionable. I probably still need some sort of pre-selection. So, but it's worked well today. It's worked well today. So I hope you enjoy your session as well, because we're in 1982. I have no app view to show you. We have no stats, no stitch count, even though I think it's about 1,000, right, guys? Thumbs up if you think it's 1,000, and I have no idea what percentage it is. So this is how we roll, okay? And so today is my dimension soul Thursday, and I hope you enjoy whatever you've been stitching. And definitely, as I said, make time for yourself. No excuses. You don't have to stitch, but do something that allows your mind to walk away from whatever you have to deal with from day to day. Is so important. It's mental health, it's emotional health, and it's also good for the world, because if you're happy, the world is happy, right? The people around you are happy. Your cats will be happier, and for sure Dolly's happy every day. So tomorrow, Friday, no streaming on Friday, but I'm sure there will be a lot of brave streamers in the chat here. It's going to do streams for you when Yogi's not here, okay? And in fact, I think both Busy Mom and also Travis, right? They both will be streaming later on at different times. So you're spoiled with options. And I think particularly in America, the day is still young, right? Over here, we're going to bed, most of us, but the day is still young over where you are. So look them up and to join them for another session of stitching. So yes, 120. Oh guys, seriously. And Janine says 120 plus a zero. Exactly. I think Janine is about right. Alisa says 5 million. Oh, Alisa just being silly. Okay, maybe half a million. And so thank you guys. With 1,000 stitches behind me, from the sleepy London town, Yogi's going to sign out, and I will see you on Saturday. Hopefully this Saturday we're going to do a members stream. Last week we didn't get to do it. I was a little bit busy, but this week hopefully we'll get something together and have a members session before our sale on Saturday. Okay, so until then, look after yourself. Sending my love to you, and enjoy stitching. I will see you on Saturday. Bye bye. Nighty night.